Notorious.
Big it up, big it up.
Hear my voice.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Notorious NerdyD Casual Wrestling Show, the single greatest casual wrestling podcast on the internet. I am your host, NerdyD, and joining me on the ones and twos, working the mics and camera, is my better half, Level Up Lauren.
What's up, y'all?
Each and every week, we take you on a journey through the world of professional wrestling, all while learning from you guys, the audience, through your comments on social media. Make sure to like and subscribe to the show on YouTube at Notorious NerdyD Wrestling Show, or subscribe on your favorite podcasting network. We are on Spotify, Google Podcast, and Apple Podcast. Make sure to leave us a nice little review or a comment or whatever gets us into that platform's algorithm. It's Rumble prediction night. I'm going to win my belt back this week.
That's what
I'm
you
winning
think.
the belt back this week. It's Rumble prediction night, and I don't know. Like, I tried to time the show when I was writing it. It feels like this could be a long show. It does feel that way. So you might grab like a soda and a popcorn because we might be here an extra 10 or 15.
I want some snacks.
All right, so you got to go to the bathroom. Go now because I'm about to get into it. I got a lot. I think I have a lot to say. We may blow right through this shit. It's a 45-minute show. But yeah, quite a bit to say. So housekeeping, like I said, a lot to say. I got a lot of housekeeping to kind of run through today, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's all good and positive stuff. I don't have a lot of bitching to do this week, right? So ladies and gentlemen, we have officially hit 10,000 followers on TikTok, and we got us this nice little plaque right here. This is crazy, right? Because when we first started doing this, we were excited for like every 10 followers. Then it was every 100 followers.
Yeah.
We never thought like we would get to fucking 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy. And what's cool is it happens so differently than you imagine it. When you start doing a podcast, there's a lot of narcissism involved, right? I'm going to be the man. I'm going to have a show. Everybody's going to watch me. But then like when you're first starting, you're talking to yourself. When we first started the show, we were sitting in this room just talking to ourselves and hoping that one or two people were listening to what we say. Now we've got like our podcast app says it's roughly like 80 something listeners on podcasts. We're getting about 40 to 50 on YouTube. Dude, that's fucking my mind's blown. But what's
Loyal
interesting,
listeners, which is cool.
but that's what I was about to say. What's interesting is you initially think like it's all about me, right? But the farther we've gotten in this thing, it starts to feel like it's all about us, right?
Yeah.
Like the people who are listening become a part of this show. The people who are really listening, right?
Yeah.
And the people who like leave comments and help us build this. And it's weird because I used to laugh. I was like, you can't have like online friendships. Mm-hmm. But it does start to feel when people like, you start to see the same people pop up in the comments. You start to get messages from people. They start to feel like friends. Right? And less of like people who are listening and more people who are adding input and feedback and participating in the show, sending in names for 20 questions, things like that.
Yeah.
It's exciting, right? It's weird to say this is a show. This is a weekly show. We have a weekly podcast. That's weird to me because initially it was just we're going to sit down and talk some shit, right?
Yeah.
And I get it, right? We made this plaque right here, 10,000. But this is more of a trophy for everybody than it is just for us. And I get like TikTok, the fucking growth is ridiculous, right? You can grow 100 people a day, and that's not realistic because I do know I'm not stupid. Most of the people, like most of the 10,000, they aren't fucking listening, right? They either love my quick 10-second things or they hate what the fuck I say. We have a small group of loyal listeners, and I think it's important to celebrate those people. So this is like more about those people than it is. But you have to celebrate goals because this was a goal we set out to achieve.
Yeah.
Was 10,000. Like on TikTok, a whole new fucking menu opened up.
Oh, yeah.
We have like all these new options that like we're like, oh shit, we really have to sit down and go through these and figure out like what we're doing. And
Yeah, for sure. Next goal, 100,000.
Liquid Death is still fucking ignoring us.
Come on, Liquid
They
Death.
voted on the poll and then they just ghosted us.
Yeah.
They voted on the poll that yes, they should send us something, and then they just fucking ghosted us. Like they got out of here. I'm gonna move this. But yeah. But I just want to give a shout out, like, and this is real, a shout out to all the people who are consistently listening, like who know the ins and outs of what we say on a weekly basis, who recognize like what you do, right? There's so many people on TikTok who don't understand what you're doing as far as this goes, right? You're running the boards, you're running the cameras, you're trying to throw in 2 cents when I ask you something to kind of give me a short break to stop talking.
Yeah, I was excited to have my first hater.
Yeah, you had a hater, you've had people defend you, but the people who defend you are people who actually listen to the show and understand like what this whole thing is. Having said that, right? Having said that, I think it's important to talk about like a lot of people who listen to us, they have their own podcast. They have their own TikToks. They have their own WWE 2K. Like they're doing things on all different platforms. I think it's important. Like I want those people to reach out to us to work together.
Yeah,
I want to make sure we're promoting what they do just as much as they're supporting what we do. I think sometimes I come off as like a dickhead when I'm doing this, but that's the volume turned up to 11. You have to be loud. You have to be opinionated, or people don't listen to what you say.
For sure.
But like in real life, I'm pretty chill, right? Like it's pretty easy if you message me. That face is weird.
Like, on a normal day, you're pretty chill, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, like as far as like if someone respectfully approaches, I want to help out. I want to make sure everybody's account is growing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I want to
That's
make
who
sure the
you
guy
are.
doing 2K videos is getting eyes on his product. Just like I hope that people who listen to this show do whatever they can to get more eyes on this show. I hate the word community, right? I hate that shit. We're a community. We're not a community. We're a group of fucking people who like the same thing, who there are some friendships developing, and let's work together to make sure everybody in the long term succeeds, right? I'll be the guy. I'll fucking fight the heel Joshes. I'll fight the infamous opinionists, those idiots, because there's nothing they can fucking say to me, right? I'll say whatever the fuck. But what I want is like if you guys have something you want to add to this channel, add to our show, or if you want me to somehow help you with something, even if it's technical shit, right? I have a background in video editing and audio editing and those things. I have a degree in audio engineering. So if there's anything I can help with, reach out, let's talk. If I don't follow you, just leave a comment that says like, hey asshole, follow me so we can talk.
Yeah, that
Like
definitely
I found
the
out,
comment
I found out
section.
the other day I didn't follow Vince McMahon Jr.
No, I had been looking for him.
And that wasn't.
I messaged him afterwards and I
That
was
was
like, hey man.
just because I spend 90% of the day fighting off fucking the IWC who are coming after me. So that's a slip up. That's not by design. I'm not out here. There's no vanity in it for me having a low followers number like some people, right? Some people like to have that number be like, oh, I follow 0 people. I don't give a shit. I follow what I like.
Yeah. Do it like I love it.
So kind of moving on from that, told you a lot of housekeeping. I had a lot to say this week. I don't want to do like the thing where, funny enough, we had a friend with JoJo and all that shit because I'm about to go into JoJo. Okay. I don't want to give, like you had mentioned, like what, let's give like the people who listen a name. I don't want to give like, that feels so fucking patronizing to me, right?
You're the
To
Lord
take a group of
haters.
people, well, that's why I said like the Notorious Knights or something like that, right? Like some stupid fucking, the heel click, right? That's patronizing. We don't need a fucking name to understand that this is what it is. It's a group of people who listen to the show and there's mutual respect both ways. I don't need to call them anything. What I do want to do, though, what I do want to coin
Yeah.
is the CWC.
All right.
I want to normalize the CWC because fuck the IWC who goes on there with their know-it-all bullshit.
Yeah.
I want us to return back. And this isn't like exclusive to this show. Anybody who feels like they're a part of this, I want them to represent this shit.
Let's get it going.
The
Hashtag
casual
CW.
wrestling community, right? It's the casual wrestling community. The people who can watch Monday Night Raw, who can watch Friday Night SmackDown and then turn it off. We don't have to know it all, right? Mm-hmm. The people who do like Roman Reigns, because it's not a fucking hipster thing. It's the fucking hipster thing to do to not like Roman Reigns. You're not cool in the IWC unless you're shitting on Roman Reigns or you're shitting on the WWE, right?
Yeah.
And I push back at the AEW people. I actually enjoy AEW. It's just fun to kind of fucking hit that nerve from time to time. But yeah, let's normalize the CWC.
CWC?
All right, so officially we have merch now. We talked about this. We've been talking about it's coming soon. We do have merch. You can find it at IamNerdyD.com/store. There's a few simple designs up there right now. Graphic one, hit me. Graphic one. If you're watching on the video, there they are. That's the first 4. There may be one more. They come in a couple different colors. They're just some shit because it's cool to have something and say you have merch, right? It's kind of a progression in legitimacy. That's the way I look at it, right? It's like if you're going to be a show that wants to be taken serious, you have to take certain steps. And I think merch is one of those steps. And by zero means do I want people to run out and buy something because they feel like it's funding this show. That's not what that's about. That is if you want to represent the show, if you enjoy it, buy a shirt. It's cool. If you don't buy a shirt, it's not, I don't care. This is not a fucking lie. I'm not making $1 on the shirts.
Yeah.
I literally went to Printify, which is a print on demand company, set them up to just cover the cost because I don't want to pay for shipping and stuff. So the shirts cost what they cost. And with COVID, their numbers are a little high right now. I think the shirt's like $20.
Yeah.
Soon as that changes, I'll bring the price down with that. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I do want to like make some stickers or something so that there's something cheap that everybody can get a hold of, and we can ship that out of like
do CWC NerdyD.
Exactly. Like we could ship those out of the house because you could do that with a stamp.
Yeah.
Right. You don't need all that. So that's cool. All right. Royal Rumble contest.
Yes, sir.
We finally came up with the rules and how we're going to do it. Real simple. You can see the belt is up in the corner. This is the belt that if you win, you will be featured inside this belt. We can either put your like profile picture in there. If you just want to put an avatar in there, we can do whatever you want. We'll put that up in that belt. It'll have your name. For audio listeners, we'll just kind of shout you out on a weekly basis as well. So that way, if you're just listening, you can hear it. But to fill out that form is at IamNerdyD.com/contest. There's a form you fill out on there. I felt good about that. I made a form.
Good job.
It was cool. Once it got done, I was like with all the graphics and shit I do, that was like, I was proud that I made a form.
I like it.
That gets submitted to our email and then has a nice way for us to go through and see who wins the contest, right?
Fancy.
Simple. You're going to vote on the 4 scheduled matches, and then you're going to pick a winner of the men's, a winner of the women's, and then for a tiebreaker, who you think is going to have the most eliminations, and that can be a man or a woman. Cool,
all right. Cool.
I don't think you put up the poll this week.
Yes, I did.
Nah, the Alexa Bliss poll didn't go up this week. I searched all through the videos. I don't think but it was a throwaway poll, so I don't care.
I don't even remember what
I think it was will Alexa Bliss be in the Royal Rumble, and if so, what character will she be portraying?
All right.
That did not make it up, so shame on you for that.
Damn.
I don't care. It was a throwaway poll. I had to come up with that last minute. I think overwhelmingly everybody's going to say yes. I think it's pretty obvious at this point. That's what this whole thing's been building to. But this week's poll, okay? So don't mess this up. This week's poll for this week and the foreseeable future is we're going to start adding some names to this D-Bag Hall of Fame. And we're going to do it by an electoral process. So I had 2 suggestions this week in the comments.
Okay.
So the 2 people that we're going to be voting in for this week. So one person will go in. We'll put 2 people, right? It's either Hulk Hogan for his racist bullshit. Okay? So it's either Hulk Hogan for his racist bullshit, or brought to my attention that I had forgot about. If we're going to call out cheaters, I don't care it's in the past, Triple H.
Oh.
Triple H for the whole China Stephanie McMahon shenanigans. So that'll be our poll this week. And for the foreseeable future, we'll be adding some names to the Wrestling D-Bag Hall of Fame.
All right.
All right, here we go. Let's get back into some like wrestling shit. This week's overreactions.
This is a dumb question, and you can
go for it real quick.
Why does Triple H's logo 3 X's? If he's H.
I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't even know that he had a logo like that.
Yeah.
Maybe the Suck It.
I don't know. I'd like to know the answer to that.
D-Generation X. He was part of D-Generation X.
And was there 3 of them?
Shawn Michaels. There were,
So
I mean,
three
the
best
group.
friends that anybody ever had.
That's a better question to propose to our audience, who's more knowledgeable.
I'm gonna pose
because
that.
I'm not gonna pretend that I even fucking know. I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay.
All right, so let's get into this week's overreactions. One thing I want to start out by saying, and I think everybody who listens to this show understands this, but it's the IWC and the outside audience that don't understand this. I'm not a fucking journalist, okay? I don't want to be a journalist. I'm not part of wrestling media. Don't want to be a part of wrestling media. Don't fucking get your news from me and think that I've done a deep dive. I'm just pulling from dirt sheets that I read. That's it. And I'm commenting on it. I'm not adding, when I say things like a source told me, I'm referring to some Joe Blow in the fucking comments who told me, hey, go look up Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Go look up Riddle, right? And then I do a little digging and I find something and I comment on it. But all these assholes who this week, I got more this week of stop reporting. This is irresponsible journalism. I'm not a fucking journalist. Like podcasting, I'm just a guy who talks shit. I watch things, I read things, and then I fucking overreact to them. And that's what I do. All right, let's talk about SmackDown this week. SmackDown had an old school feel to me. Did you get that vibe?
Yeah, I liked it.
It felt old school to me, right? Because how?
Well, as old school as I would know old school.
Well, old school as in like no brand split.
Yeah,
The brand
I
split
liked it.
sucks.
Yeah.
And it really was glaring this week on how bad the brand split sucks. How good would WWE be if they just trimmed all the fat, got rid of all the bullshit talent,
Amazing.
and put together just a single roster of their best guys and girls, right? One roster that was on a weekly basis. I just like, I don't think I realize it because I separate Monday Night Raw and SmackDown in my head, but they are one company, and it's weird because when you do start cherry picking the best from each side, there's a solid roster there. I mean, we got to see Big E reunite, which I called it, and I know people go, "Oh, that's an easy call," but no, they've been keeping them apart. We saw Big E back with the New Day, and that's where he fucking belongs.
It's magical when they're together.
I was one of the biggest proponents, like one of the biggest haters who said, you got to get him away from the New Day. Quit making him funny. I'll eat my fucking words on that. I think that's wrong. I think Big E's title run would have felt so much better if every week the New Day was there to celebrate with him. I think that maybe I did call that wrong. Let's get the New Day all the way back together, even if we're going to do singles pushes. They just should stay together. Their chemistry together is amazing. And seeing, I called it. I said, Big E's coming. And when he came out, I thought that, man, that just felt right. But it also gave this show, like starting to show off, kind of a big feel.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, we got Big E here tonight, right?
Yeah.
Then we got Seth Rollins coming out. And Seth Rollins brings out Kevin Owens, right?
Yeah.
Another like, oh, okay, here we go. We're just going to bring out everybody tonight. When you got Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Big E all on the same show, that just feels,
You could dominate.
yeah, it feels like that's what we should be getting on a weekly basis. We got Seth and Big Kev Dog doing their thing, tag teaming to take out the Usos. And now the Usos are barred from coming to the ring at Royal Rumble, which leads me to, which we'll get into when we get to the Royal Rumble. But I have some thoughts that actually kind of changed my opinions on what's going to happen. I think it's a swerve being put into place. I thought this was opening the door for Roman Reigns to get screwed, but I think there's going to be more to that story, right?
Okay.
I get it, right? When I do this stuff, people are like, this is all rinse and repeat, right? I'm excited for Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. I'm excited for Big E back with a New Day. It's the same shit. How could you be excited? Hey man, you motherfuckers go out and buy the same pair of Jordans on like a yearly basis. Every year you assholes go out and buy the same pair of Jordans. So don't get mad at me when I find like comfort in what is good in WWE.
Yeah.
The New Day's good for business.
Bring back the pancakes.
Right. Bring back the pancakes. The Sami Zayn segment. Did you saw it, right?
Yes.
It was so bad that I think I enjoyed it. I don't know if that was by design or if that's just, I don't know, like if that's just like Stockholm syndrome or whatever it is with WWE. At this point, some things are so bad that I just have taught myself to enjoy it. The sound effects were terrible.
Yeah.
On the taser and the stuff, like you couldn't just take one real shock there, Sammy. One cattle prod.
No.
Let's go for the goal here. That's Johnny Knoxville in the ring.
I'd like to think that maybe he even like fell before it even went off a little bit because of a little preemptiveness.
Do you think that was bad by design or was it just like cringe?
Oh, it was just bad by
You
cringe.
think so? You don't think that like they thought if we do this so bad it'll get publicity, which is kind of the whole jackass thing.
Well, no, because Johnny Knoxville is like a real.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that on WWE. But you could
They should
definitely
have.
find better sound effects, I think, than some weird electric noise that didn't sound like a taser.
No, there could have been
Tasers
somebody in the
crackle.
company who was like, "Yeah, man, that's what a taser sounds like."
Someone approved that promo.
I saw that on TV.
Other than that segment, I thought it was a really, really, really good SmackDown. I thought it was old school feeling. It makes me wish like that's what we got on a weekly basis. I wish we had like one, I don't even know if it'd be 2 to 3 hours, probably 2 hour, 1 2 hour show with all the top talent. Okay.
Yeah.
Then a secondary show where you could have guys who need TV exposure and then a real raw NXT. That's
Okay.
what I would like.
All right.
That's what I want. I don't like this brand split because it feels like 2 watered down shows most of the time.
I agree.
A 3 hour Raw is tough when you're using like 50% of the roster.
I think 2 hours is a sweet spot
I do too.
for a
I do
show.
too.
I
I
think
do
an
too.
hour is too short. You can't get enough in, and there's not really an hour and a half. It's just weird.
Besides the weird
commercials.
pacing in AEW, they have the right amount of talent for a 2 hour show. That's why the Friday Night Rampage thing always feels weird. Because that 1 hour, that's secondary.
It feels rushed.
But they can fill a 2 hour show very well.
Yeah.
All right, so Monday Night Raw. I don't typically love go home shows, especially before a pay per view. They're usually just kind of throwaway and a waste of time. But Raw this week was pleasantly good, not great. It wasn't as good as the past couple weeks, but it was pleasantly surprising for me. We opened with that weigh-in stuff,
Yeah.
which I thought could be cool. I figured it would be stupid. But I think the fact that Brock Lesnar treated it exactly like what it was, like it didn't fucking mean anything. Mm-hmm. The fact that he kind of came out and didn't take it serious
Yeah.
just adds to the like Brock Lesnar mystique.
I think that Bill Buckle weighs about 10 pounds.
Yeah, what the hell are they talking about? But yeah, I wish they would have closed the show with that because it feels like a
It felt
weigh-in.
rushed and kind of just like,
I don't know if it was rushed, but it felt like a weigh-in should be the thing that closes out the show, not opens. And I criticize AEW all the time for weird pacing. What I do think is I think Brock Lesnar likes to come in and go home.
yeah.
I think if he knows he's not going to be needed long term, he'd rather get his segment over with early, and then he gets out, gets on his plane, and he goes back home. That's what I think happens there. The Miz closed out the show. Say what you want about The Miz, right? He's corny. And
I love The
He's
Miz.
definitely a prototypical WWE guy, but what you can't say about The Miz is The Miz knows how to generate heat, especially
yeah.
from a WWE crowd. Like if you separate out, I get like there's a mold for AEW guys, there's a mold for WWE guys, and maybe that talent is looked at differently by like the internet wrestling community and casual fans. But what you can't dispute is The Miz understands the WWE audience.
100%.
And he can fucking work them. He can irritate them. He can piss them off. And when he closed out the show, he had so much heat generating. Mm-hmm. And he does. I mean, he allows for like Edge, which Edge doesn't need help. But I think it just elevates whoever he's working with to be like a baby face, even bigger than they already are, because everybody just hates The Miz.
Yes. And he's so good at what he does that you even overlook how bad Maurice is. I don't think I said her name.
I agree. And I think that she did better because she just kind of played to the cringe this time.
Yes.
Instead of really trying to like
say that.
talk and stuff, she overdid. It's like someone told her like, "Hey, you're bad.
Just be bad.
Just fucking lay into that. Lay into being bad." I wish that the WWE would do a UFC style press conference, maybe just for the last hour of Raw before a pay-per-view.
Okay, that's interesting.
Well, because the Becky Lynch with Dewdrop stuff, the talking back and forth, I like that. Like if you had Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar on two sides of a table, but get everybody who's in the mat in the event at a table and let them talk shit to each other. It builds a little bit of a realism for the fight.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
I love Becky on the microphone.
Instead, like we got SmackDown coming up this week, right?
Yeah.
It's all going to be just bullshit kind of fluffing up for the Rumble. I'd just as soon have a cool press conference, right? Kind of maybe like an hour-long press conference and then an hour-long like prepping you for the show, kind of like UFC does, like a behind-the-scenes type thing.
That would be cool.
But that's just me, right?
Yeah.
Bianca looked good. She looked good in her match, but you're fighting Zelina, so I don't know what that says because we obviously know that the women's tag team belt is basically, it's almost, I think it's lower than the 24/7 belt at this point.
Yeah.
As far as status goes, but not going to talk about it too much here. But I think Bianca looking good spelled bad news for her in the Royal Rumble.
Really?
Yeah, because I think there's a little bit of a tease of like, let's make her look strong before the Rumble.
Oh, okay.
Quick note on the men's Royal Rumble.
All right.
Men's Royal Rumble is very tag team heavy.
Okay.
I noticed, right? You have the Street Profits, the Mysterios, Madcap and Corbin, the Dirty Dogs, Alpha Academy, RK Bro. You have the New Day with Biggie and Kofi. Rumor is Xavier may come back. So you might have Xavier there. What if the WWE just swerved everybody, right? And the winner of the Rumble was a tag team wrestler? And instead of going after like one of the major belts, they went after one of the tag team belts.
Oh, that'd be crazy. I didn't even think about that.
It would just piss people off. I know it's never going to happen. It's just a stupid thing to think about.
But it could.
Randy Orton.
Love him.
You can never count him out. Is he a Royal Rumble sleeper? You can never count him out. I feel like anytime you talk about Randy Orton, they announce he's in the Rumble on social media.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
That's
know
what
that.
I'm saying. So you can't count him out. He'll be there at the end, I bet.
I
All
could
right.
see that.
So let's I got a little bit of AEW stuff this week.
Okay.
Shout out to Moxley. Okay. And I know people probably don't think this is the opinion I take because I do call people out for what I call douchebaggery, but he looked healthy on Dynamite. He looked good. I was happy to see Mox looking like the old Mox. I had been saying he was swollen as fuck in the face. Now I don't drink. You know I don't drink, so I don't know like all the signs, but I read that I guess like water retention in the face is a big sign
you get
of
bloated and stuff like that.
alcoholism. So, but it was good to see him looking healthy.
He looked smaller too. Like,
but I think he was just like swollen and shit. But like I said, man, that's his demons. He overcome his demons, and you got to shout that stuff out. It's his battle to overcome. And like I said, as long as he doesn't kill somebody, like drunk driving,
yeah.
as long as he's not like abusing his family or people around him, man, there's nothing but love there, right? He's got a fucked up situation that he's figured out, and hopefully he's able to keep above, that dark water.
And going to get help was the big step.
And going to get help, exactly, right? It's not my position to judge him for his demons, especially if it's really only self-inflicted wounds that I know about at this point.
Yeah.
How the fuck, and I'm moving on. How the fuck is Sting 62 years old and jumping off of stages, defying all of the rules of age and like all of my biases against old people in wrestling? Because I constantly talk shit about old guys in wrestling, and then I saw Sting fucking just turn the motor on.
Simple.
62 years old, dude. 62. Jesus, at 62, I just hope I'm still walking. Like my body's beat to shit from sports, but he's wrestled his whole life. And at 62, he's still fucking going. I know I'm indifferent about Darby Allin. And I'm not the biggest AEW fan there is. But I got to give props where props are due. And even if it's for one night only, because I guarantee you he fucking hurt the next day. Like his body hurt bad the next day. But even if that's just like a one night thing, fucking shout out to Sting for just like throwing down and showing people. You know, like the shit when they go, you still got it.
That was a worthy moment.
Most of the time, AEW fans, they throw that shit around like at every doesn't matter who it is. It could be like someone's grandpa comes to the ring and doesn't shit his own pants. And they're like, hey man, you still got it. This was an appropriate time for you still got it chant.
Yes, sir.
He did it. It was fucking awesome. Awesome. All right, let's move into the dirt sheets. That's enough overreacting because now I got lots to talk about in the dirt sheets. What are we at time wise here?
31.
All right, we're good. We're good. Yeah. We're moving through this a little faster than I thought we would. Okay. So Summer Rae, Danielle Monet is her government name. Summer Rae responds to the fans saying that she is not a WWE legend. Okay. I had zero intention of talking about this week.
Okay.
I got a good chuckle out of it when it happened, right? I laughed. I thought it was funny when they said WWE legend Summer Rae, but it was throwaway to me because that's what WWE refers to anybody who's coming back for a one-off appearance, right? WWE is gonna say, here's a legend we fired and they're back and you remember this name and you recognize this person. Here they are, they're a legend. I got no problem with that, right? My problem was when Summer Rae took exception, because the internet had a field day with this shit. As the internet does and as the internet should. It's what the internet does.
Yeah.
So they had a field day with this shit and they got their shots in. And Summer Rae, fucking the wrong thing to do.
What'd she do? I don't know what she did. Tell me.
You don't fight the internet, right? Especially when the internet's not wrong. You don't fight the internet. She came back and released a statement, right? And I have the quote.
Read it to me.
She goes, you know what will always be my favorite? Balding middle-aged men who would never have the slightest chance with me being pressed over something about me, like mind blown emoji, sir, thank you for the laughter. I know I'm doing it right when I get you big mad. Hashtag Legend Rae.
Oh.
A lot of shit wrong with this here.
All right.
First off, she's 38 years old. Don't talk like that.
Yeah.
You're not people big mad. You're not fucking 25.
Rest, sir.
So secondly, why the fuck would you go after the audience who gave you the slight bit of relevancy that you've had in your career?
Yeah.
The only reason that people even know who the fuck you are, first off, is because Fandango let you dance with him. Now, I'm not sure that he let her, but whatever. But she's known as a valet and not as a wrestler, right?
Yeah.
You're not a legend. Obviously, you're not a legend. Let the joke fly. You should have rolled with the joke and been like, ha ha, that's funny. You guys are right?
I mean, come on. You were on Judge Judy, bro.
Why attack the audience? Just laugh along with them. Why go after them? And why get personal and try to like generalize a whole fucking group of people?
Yeah.
And I feel like
that's pretty shitty of her.
So I'm about to get shitty.
All right.
Just like newsflash. I'm going to get shitty in this. And there's going to be a lot of people who don't like when I say this shit. Probably a lot of people who like it. But I feel like she's opened the door by generalizing a whole wrestling community and then talking about them and talking about their looks and like certain generalizations. I feel like she's opened the door for me to do the same right back at her.
Yeah.
Right? It's a fucking eye for an eye. Now I get to fucking I get to take my gloves off and say what the fuck I really think about Summer Rae and fuck her. So she generalized the whole community. She did. And trust me, I get it. Like, I know there are some dirty fucking dogs in the IWC who like, just to see a pair of boobies, they think that she's like the most amazing woman in the world.
Yeah.
But let's be truthful, right? She's not that attractive on like the celebrity scale.
Yeah.
And the celebrity
like
scale,
a bird to me.
Oh, you didn't even let me get there, right?
I'm sorry. That was just my first thought.
You're right. So on the celebrity scale, she's not that pretty. And the celebrity scale means that has access to plastic surgery, has access to makeup artists, and has access to stylists, right?
Yeah.
And in that world, you're not Like you're not a big fucking deal. You're 38 years old. You're past your fucking prime, right? And real talk, you just said it, but she kind of looks like the old school drinking bird toys. Do you remember those birds that would like lean over and drink out of a cup?
Yes,
That's
I
what
do.
she looks like to me. And now I found this picture online. Okay. And I have to say, I can't, because I know there's like slander and shit like that. So I'm going to say I found this alleged picture of Summer Rae online.
Okay.
Don't know if it's her.
Okay.
Pull up graphic 2.
All right.
Is this you?
No, that's her.
Is this you? This is you,
What?
Summer Rae.
Yes.
You're out here talking shit, and this is you. Nothing wrong.
I'll talk about this.
Nothing
I know.
wrong. All people, I think, and this sounds so bullshit, but like people are beautiful in their own fucking way. But don't fucking come at certain people and then think that I'm not fucking coming back at you. Is this you? Because obviously you're not as beautiful as you think you are. You've been sculpted into beauty, allegedly, because I don't know if that's really fucking her. I have no proof on that. Now, you said you have some insight. So
Yeah.
what you're about to say, allegedly, you know.
Allegedly, I remember hearing about this, that she said something about how she like lost 30 pounds, dyed her hair, and then she became the person that she was. I also just saw girl was on Judge Judy without a horse.
Really?
Google it.
See, I didn't know that.
And I allegedly saw it from
Is
an
that you,
account.
Summer Rae, though? Is that you? That's you, right? That's you.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just not throw fucking stones. Let's laugh about shit.
I mean, yeah.
Let's just laugh that they called you a legend. Don't get so in your
Well, because
fucking
you
feelings.
also give them credit to them saying you're not a legend.
That's exactly right.
So
Whatever. All right. Second
Do
story of
you.
the day. WWE 2K22 reveals major new news about GM mode. I'm a WWE 2K guy. You know that. I play them. Even if they're bad, I play them. And I know some of them have been bad. They've been real bad, but they're the only wrestling game that's on the market that's worth a shit. You guys keep telling me about the AEW one. Hey man, if that ever becomes a real thing, we'll shout it out and give it its props. But as of right now, it's like 3 video clips showing some fucking like
in-game play.
Is it in game? I don't even know. But Rey Mysterio's cover athlete. Most people know that by now. Let's go. Look good. Good cover. All that shit. Exciting though. It's the GM mode is what everybody seems to be excited about. It's what I'm excited about. And they kind of fleshed out what that's going to be. And now it's got me even more hyped with like a level of like, you know, I'm weary of it because things never come out to be what they really are. But in this, you'll be playing as a GM under Triple H. It looks like you can choose between Sonya Deville, which who the fuck is picking Sonya Deville or Adam Pearce?
Me.
You want to be a GM that's Sonya Deville?
Yeah.
Or you have the choice of being Shane McMahon or Stephanie McMahon. I don't know why they didn't just let you be you.
Yeah.
Why you had to choose from those 4.
And I don't know which one it is. I remember you playing with the game where you actually got to put your face in there. And
That's been all of them where you can like take pictures and add yourself to the game. That's
I always thought that was cool.
It's been the last couple of versions of it. But anyway, there's a GM only spectator mode, which sounds really fucking cool. This mode is going to be where you can put together the matches and then you can watch them and change the camera angles and I think kind of produce a show.
That's pretty cool.
Which is interesting. It's neat. So if you're not playing the game, you can kind of run the cameras and then you can interfere as the general manager if you don't like what's going on.
Ooh.
Like I think you could send somebody out, you could go out yourself. It's what I'm just speculating on what I read, right? I'm excited to see what some of these content creators do, boy. Some of these 2K people. I was watching one the other day of like he had like Pete Davidson fighting against Kanye West.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like there's cool videos and they just don't get the props they deserve.
Dude, they could create celebrity deathmatch.
Dude, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly you're gonna have some multiplayer features where like you could run Monday Night Raw, I could run Friday Night SmackDown, and we can compete to see whose shows do better.
Oh, that's really cool.
And the way it's gonna work is you're gonna draft your roster with a salary cap.
Oh.
So you have a certain amount of money and you can pick your people based on that money. And if your show's doing good, it will generate more money and you can select better people for your show. You're doing bad, it's going to be a lot of fucking Dominique Mysterio in the main event. But it's cool. I'm excited for that. Like, and I'm excited to hear more. And it comes out on my birthday, which is even like pretty cool.
Yeah.
March 11th. That's dope that it comes out on my birthday.
Yeah, for sure.
Moving on. WWE fans get hashtag free Ali trending days after the WWE rejects his release request. Ali, you know who Ali is? Mustafa
Great
Ali.
Ali, right?
No, that's the Great Khali.
Okay.
Ali's a little bit smaller than that. I don't remember the last time he wrestled. I believe he wrestled in Abu Dhabi against don't remember his name.
Okay, I remember who he is though.
Okay.
Yes.
But this right here, this is the ugly side of professional wrestling to me, right? Guy asked for a release, and I know this is business, but guy asked for a release. You're not using said guy. Let him go. Just let him go. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Especially when you've done all these budget cuts and you've let a lot of bigger names go. If you have nothing planned for him, what is the purpose of
So
keeping
does he
him?
still get paid?
Yeah, I'm sure he gets paid, but
He wants to wrestle.
yeah, I mean, he's a talent. He can wrestle. Like, he's a guy who can go. This is a compliment to AEW. He's an AEW guy. Like, he fits the mold of the AEW guys. He's 5'10". He can wrestle his ass off, super athletic, can put on a show. He's primed for that. He's just not a WWE guy.
Okay.
WWE guys, I say, they're spectacles. They're bigger than life. He's not bigger than life. He could be. He has the look and stuff to do it. But I just don't think WWE ever kind of put the whole package together with him.
Yeah.
But he's gold for AEW, and I assume that's why they won't let him go, because they know, and I don't know why that has to be negative, right? Like, if WWE can't use him and he goes to AEW, I don't know why there has to be a "see, I told you so." Why it just can't be like, we understand this guy will do better over there, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just a business. I don't know.
I think the sooner we can come to terms with that, the better. Like, that we can decide that there is an AEW mold, and it's not the glamorous, spectacular, or big characters. It's not the super athletes. It's the light heavyweights, and that's okay. That's who's there, right? But hey, look, shout out to Ali. Hopefully he gets released. He goes over to AEW and he can win 25 fucking PWI awards, because that's the only place you can win those things, apparently.
PWI.
Right?
Yeah.
Last story of the day here. Renee Paquette, is that how you say it?
Paquette.
Paquette. Yes. Renee Paquette addresses the stupid Bully Ray situation. Says Bully Ray hasn't reached out to apologize. Do you know this situation?
No, and I'm surprised they don't.
Bully Ray does a podcast. I busted open. Don't know.
Okay.
Don't listen to wrestling podcasts.
All right.
And on his podcast, he came out and said that Moxley owed all of his fans an apology for the alcoholism thing, right?
Okay.
And for going to rehab. And I'm going to throw my 2 cents in here, because I've seen a lot of the IWC just immediately jump and shit on Bully Ray because they defend their people. Right or wrong, the IWC defends the guys they love. Now, there was a time in my life, a lot younger, a lot dumber, a lot more narcissistic, that I probably would have fucking agreed 100% with Bully Ray, right? You got to be accountable. You got to do this shit. Having gotten older, having gotten smarter, having been through my own circumstances, fuck that. Like, everybody's got a set of demons they deal with. And that's Moxley's story. He owes nobody an apology. Mm-hmm. That's my stance on that from there. But I still believe, the problem is you have to disconnect that from, I still believe that Bully Ray is entitled to say whatever he wants to say. Right? He's entitled to his opinion. Just like Renee is entitled to come back and be pissed off about it. Where I think the problem lies is all these people assuming that people owe apologies to other people, right? Mm-hmm. And blame the internet for this shit, because this is what the internet does. People say a bunch of crazy shit, then they apologize for it. But I don't think Bully Ray needs to apologize to anybody, just like I don't think Moxley needs to apologize to anybody. These are just fucking words and sensitivity bullshit that everybody's in their feelings. When he said what he said, you don't agree with it, say you don't agree with it, and let's move on. Let's forget this shit.
Yeah.
My opinion, once again, I stated earlier, is Mox is dealing with his demons, right? Mm-hmm. He's taken steps to better himself. As far as I know, to my knowledge, and people can correct me on this, he hasn't hurt anybody else. He hasn't had like a drunk driving incident where he ran somebody over. He hasn't been abusive to family, friends, other wrestlers. He's never gotten in the ring inebriated enough to hurt somebody or put somebody else at risk. So as long as they're all self-inflicted wounds, and by that I mean just like things that affect him internally, it's not our place to judge or gauge or say who he should apologize to or how he should feel about it. The fact that he looks healthy and he got in there and he's ready to fucking go again, let's go. I'm all about that, right?
Yeah.
And my stance will always be on situations like this. And this is where like the D-bag Hall of Fame, people don't like when I'm doing this because it calls to action things that have happened in the past. It's not that I don't think people can't grow past those things. Mm-hmm. You can grow past, and hopefully they do, right? But I think the world has a responsibility to always remember. You should always remember what's happened. And calling them out and saying like, oh, this guy's been a D-bag at a certain point doesn't mean Triple H is a D-bag now. He may have grown into a wonderful human being. I don't know. Lots of people don't like him. But at one point in time, he was a D-bag. Yeah. I'm sure I've been a D-bag at a certain point in my life.
No. I'm
not saying that, but I'm saying like, I'm sure it's happened. But accountability is like step one of life.
True.
You have to be held accountable. And so like Darby Allin could be a good guy now. I don't know.
Yeah.
But at one point, he looks like he did some douchebag shit. But I think we have to applaud Moxley, right? He fucking overcame these demons. I'm sure he's still struggling with this shit, but that's an accomplishment, right? So, yeah, I wanted to weigh in. Bully Ray says stupid shit. I say stupid shit. Renee doesn't need an apology. She's a grown woman. And I understand her being mad. Somebody says something about you, I'm going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
Someone says something about me, you're probably going to be pissed off. But I don't think anybody's owed an apology. Apologies are bullshit,
and
right?
apologies don't do anything.
They don't do shit. They're
words.
just words, man.
So.
All right, let's jump into the burning question.
Burn it down!
All right, so not going to turn this into a real long thing. What are we at time-wise here?
46.
Perfect. We're moving along. This is going to be probably a short episode now. We got 4 matches. Official Rumble predictions time. I'm going to take my belt back. It's time. It's cold and lonely. You've been extremely disrespectful. I'd just like you to know.
Why?
Because that belt has sat underneath your desk the entire last week.
Well, because it needs
entire
to
last
stay
month.
close to me.
No. You have not held it. You have not shown it any attention. You have shunned the belt. You have put it under your desk and left it to it's coming home to Papa. That's all I'm saying. It's coming home to Papa, and I'm going to hold it with pride, and I'm going to show it the respect that it deserves, and I'm going to go on a long and glorious run with our belt.
I may just hope that you win this belt, just so you don't ever refer to yourself as Papa again.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't self-loathe in this thing. Don't put up little precursor. You fight for that belt. You show that belt respect.
Well, we both know I'm going to keep it again, so it's all right.
All right, 4 matches confirmed. We've got Miz Maurice versus Edge, Beth Phoenix, Becky Lynch versus Doudrop, Lashley, Lesnar, Rollins, Roman Reigns. We got a men's rumble, women's rumble. Yeah. All right, so let's go. Let's start right off the bat. Miz and Maurice versus Edge and Beth Phoenix. What do you have?
Miz and Maurice.
Interesting. That was my gut reaction was to go Miz and Maurice, but I don't see Beth Phoenix coming back to lose this thing, right? I don't see WWE bringing Beth Phoenix back to lose this match. I don't know that it benefits the Miz at all or Maurice. They do good losing and generating heat. Unless there's a plan to continuous, but I don't think there is. I think this is going to be the final of this situation. Uh-huh. I think that I think Edge and Beth Phoenix. That's who I'm going.
Do you think Beth Phoenix could be... Wait, no, she can't be in the Royal Rumble and that, can she?
You can. Oh, yeah, there's plenty of people who double dip. And there's a chance she could be, honestly. But I don't foresee... She left NXT because of, I think, she wanted a lighter schedule. So I don't see her jumping into a long storyline. I think she just saw an opportunity to come wrestle with her husband.
Yeah.
Sounded like a lot of fun. And I think she goes out a winner. That's what I believe. Match number 2, Becky Lynch versus Doudrop. Is there anybody in the world who believes that Doudrop can win this match?
No.
No, I don't think so either. So
no, I feel like they set her up just to be eaten by.
I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. We're We're both taking Becky Lynch, I assume, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, zero chance. All right, Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
I take Brock the Moose Hunter Lesnar.
So I was up till like 3 a.m. I had literally on that computer that you're sitting at, I had like the red yarn, and I was connecting dots and putting together story. Ooh, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't.
All right.
How does and like every moral fiber in me told me Brock Lesnar wins this match, but I can't figure out how we get to Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar without Brock Lesnar losing the belt at the Royal Rumble. And then I thought, who benefits? Bobby Lashley benefits tremendously if he beats Brock Lesnar. You immediately create another monster in Bobby Lashley. Even if there's some funny business, we talked about this at dinner, Hurt Locker, right? Or Hurt business.
Yeah.
If they somehow get involved or cause some problem, everything tells me when I do this, and I shouldn't do this, I should use my gut, but I went scientifically and I connected dots. I have Bobby Lashley beating Brock Lesnar.
I disagree. I 100%
I'm sure
with
you
my
do,
heart.
and I'm probably
Brock, Moose Hunter Lesnar will take it.
he's Cowboy Lesnar right now.
He's still Moose Hunter in my book.
So, all right, last standard match, we have Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. Another one that I just sat and connected dots. And who do you have?
Seth freaking Rollins.
Man, so there's going to be a huge gap in between us in this pay-per-view, because I have Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns' character is fragile, especially when they removed Paul Heyman. I think if you take the belt away from him this soon, losing Paul Heyman, he immediately looks weak.
Maybe he just needs to be beat down a little bit.
I don't think so. I think Roman Reigns holds the belt all the way to WrestleMania. I think we get Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and I think that's where he loses the belt. I think they're going to add a little bit of padding to this epic run he's had, and I don't see any reason to take the belt off him. Some people were like, oh, they're going to take the belt off him and turn him face. Why? Brock Lesnar's face is fucking money.
Yeah.
So I don't see the reason. He's got to stay heel. I think he's got to hold the Universal title. And unfortunately, I think this pisses me off. I think Kevin Owens is going to cost Seth Rollins the match.
No, not the
Royal
best
Rumble.
friends.
I think so. And I think it's going to lead to a program of Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, which is good TV.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right. Men's Royal Rumble winner.
Okay.
What do you got?
I got my good boy, Kevin Owens.
I like that pick just because I like Kevin Owens, but I don't know. Storyline wise, I don't know how that fits in. Who do you then? So Kevin Owens, then he challenges, assuming.
So that's why I think
This is why the title versus title.
Seth Rollins could win, right? And then couldn't he challenge?
That
Kevin?
works. That works. That does work. That works.
Genius.
I like that actually, but I don't
know
think
you
it's happened. But I do like that.
Because I'm smart.
I have Big Brock. I have Big Brock Lesnar winning the Royal Rumble. I think that
How?
Because I think somehow he gets beat. I think that match goes on either first or second.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar loses. He's pissed off. He goes on like a fucking killing spree in the back, right? He's tearing shit apart. He's pissed off. He's mad. All of a sudden, number 30 hits, and we get maybe a legend, maybe somebody unexpected. And as they're walking to the ring, Brock comes out and just levels their ass, comes out, wins the Royal Rumble, and it's like, who the fuck can tell Brock he can't do that?
Oh, fuck.
Who's going to tell Brock?
Brock does what Brock wants.
Brock does what Brock wants.
That's what Seth said.
That's my opinion. I think I had Big E all the way up. Like, I had Big E all the way up until last night.
If you get that one, I don't know what I'll do.
But I think the odds are favoring Brock Lesnar at this point. The betting odds.
Oh, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Betting odds don't mean shit in pro wrestling though, because it probably changes a million times.
Yeah.
Women's Royal Rumble. Who do you got?
Duh, Bianca Belair.
Whoo, that's my girl. I have a hard time going against
I'm your
Bianca
girl, but
Belair.
she can be your wrestling girl.
Calm down. Calm down, bro. Calm down. That's who I wanted to pick. It felt like that's the direction they were trending. And then you get some of these you get rumors rumbling in the background. And you go, well, WrestleMania tickets aren't selling extremely well. Who's a name you could bring in, immediately insert to Royal Rumble, and all of a sudden fans are back interested? It's Ronda Rousey. Rowdy Ronda Rousey. I think Ronda Rousey comes back. I think she wins the Royal Rumble. And I think that the biggest main event you could put on the card outside of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar is a Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch rematch. I think that sells tickets. It's a ticket mover. It's a bigger match than Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch. And that saddens me to say it because I think Bianca is on the path of superstardom and being able to main event. But I feel like Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, that's the money fight there.
I think that those are both very thoughtful.
So I may be way off because I went completely against everything that I believed was right in my gut.
I went
tried
straight
to,
with what I thought, so we'll see.
All right.
So who did you have?
I've got
Edge and Beth.
Edge, Beth, Becky Lynch, Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and Ronda Rousey.
Okay, and then I have Miz and Maurice, Becky Lynch, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Bianca Belair.
Let's go make the Rumble fun because literally the only thing we agree on is Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right.
All right, let's address the comments.
Okay.
Here we go. At Hunter the Menace.
Mm-hmm.
This was in reference to my video that got a little heat talking shit about Riddle and the tweet, the 10-10-21 tweet that people seem to think didn't exist. Everybody, that's old news, bro. Referencing a new tweet there, guys. He said, so what are your thoughts about Jeff Hardy? Not trying to be rude, but I just want to see how you look at him due to his addictions. I think I've addressed this a little bit with Moxley, right? That addiction is a different thing because addiction, it's kind of a demon that fights you and not the people. Well, it does hurt the people around you, but it's a self-inflicted wound for the most part, right? But when it comes to Jeff Hardy, my issue is not with the fact that he has addictions and he overcomes them and then he falls. It's that when he makes the stupid decision to put other wrestlers in harm's way, right? When he goes out into the ring completely fucked up or inebriated or on drugs and wrestles against Sting and he puts Sting in danger, right?
Yeah.
When you do that, you cross a line. Like, your demons are your demons. That's fine. So I think Jeff Hardy is a douchebag, not because of his drug addictions, but I think he's a douchebag because of when you endanger other people with your vices and your demons, it then becomes a bigger problem. It's an issue, right? And I wish the best for Jeff Hardy. I can separate the two, and I always want him to be happy, healthy, and all those things. But like I said, I hold people accountable for their past. That's something that happened, and that's my feelings on Jeff Hardy. Is I don't particularly like him as a wrestler, but that has nothing to do with the fact that the drug addiction endangering other people, I think, is a major problem. Then at Chris 940, this is an interesting one, right? This was in once again in relation to the video about Matt Riddle and the tweet that I posted. Chris says that he asked Matt about it.
What?
He asked Matt about it and he said that it was not true.
Chris, how do you know Matt?
Chris, I'm confused. Okay, I'm confused. You have direct communication with Riddle. Let me know. You have, okay, cool. I'm not gonna say you full of shit. Not gonna say it. Maybe you do. Maybe you and Riddle are boys. Okay, I think that's what you're implying here. I think you're implying. Doesn't it seem like that's what he's implying here?
Yes.
That he talked to Riddle. Okay, so I just want to know, and this is, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but is this one of those Seth Rollins situations where the guy came out and attacked him because Seth was trying to borrow money? Are we on one of those situations, or is this is Riddle's boy? Okay,
yeah,
this is Riddle's boy. This is probably Riddle's boy, right? Look, if you're Riddle's boy, have him respond to me. Have him tell me I'm full of shit. Have him tell me I'm wrong. Tell your boy Riddle step up and knock me the fuck down.
Ooh.
I'm all good with that. Tell your boy, come talk to me. Let me know where I'm wrong. Because as far as I'm concerned, I saw a tweet from his wife on 10-10-21 that said, your boy Riddle left his family.
Yeah.
Now, she did delete that tweet, and I had people tell me that's just something she said when she was angry. No.
She still said it, bro.
You don't harbor those kind of feelings for a couple of minutes. She might have got over it. He might have smoothed the situation out, but there was a hot minute where she felt like the world needed to hear that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not judging this guy. When you cut this, don't add this part here. I'm not judging it, but judging by this guy's profile, I'm gonna guess he's not having contact with Riddle. He does a lot of stitching where he just makes weird faces. Interesting enough, right?
Yeah.
Fuck it. We'll see what comes of that. We'll see if we hear from Riddle.
Yeah.
That's all I've got tonight. You want to play 20 questions?
All right, let's go for it.
That was funny, man. Someone in the comments said, y'all should do this every week.
We do it every week.
We kind of do. We do 20 questions every week. You just might want to tune into the podcast.
Yes, sir.
All right, 20 questions. Are you ready to go? You told me earlier that you had a good one.
Yeah, I do.
And you did some research on it, right?
I did.
Now this is another.
Oh, so actually, I've got to make a shout out because
did someone give this to you?
They did give
All
it
right,
to me.
let's hear it. Who's
This
this from?
is from ding, 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 Jason Watka.
All right, Jason Watka, motherfucker.
WATKA.
I love that people are cooperating, but I feel like this game's going to get a lot harder when real wrestling people present options to me.
Yeah,
because when you do it,
never-
I can get in your headspace.
Oh, it's people I know.
That's what I'm saying. I can get in that headspace and quickly know who you know and who you don't know. When you get information from outside people, which, by the way, shout out to Ted Lasso, dope ass shirt.
Yeah. This one was kind of fun because I didn't know who this person was.
Oh no, I don't like that. All right.
But you should.
I should.
You should.
That don't mean shit. All right, you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Question 1: is this person associated with the WWE?
Yes.
Okay. Is this person currently wrestling for the WWE?
No.
Is this person from the Attitude Era?
Yes.
This is a throwaway question, but is this person a male?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, did you ask me if it was associated with the Attitude Era?
I did.
Okay, that's something that we've got to clarify of what the dates of the Attitude Era are.
Someone
'Cause
clarified that.
I
for
Googled
us.
it,
Someone clarified that.
but
for
I
us.
don't remember it. But I Googled it, and it was like from 1997 to 2010.
Someone clarified it, and we'll just have to go back and look because they were correct. I was wrong. They were
Okay.
100% correct that Batista was not in the Attitude Era, even though that's not the way I remember it.
Okay.
My mind.
So I'll help you out on this, and I'll clarify that one. In
Did this person wrestle against Stone Cold or The Rock?
Yes.
Then I'm gonna call them Attitude Era if they
Okay.
wrestled then.
Okay.
Even if it's not, I'm gonna say, oh well, that's weird because The Rock definitely stretches outside of that.
All right.
All right, what's that? 4 or 5? 5?
It's 4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. Did this person, were they ever a world champion?
Yes.
Okay, they were.
For a
world-
major championship. Yes, they won a major championship.
Well, were they the WWE world champion?
Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
Let's see. So
Don't give too much information if you.
what is the specific name of the belt that you're asking me about?
So it's not the Intercontinental Championship. It's not the European Championship. It's not the United States Championship. It would have to be the World Heavyweight title.
Okay, so it's not the United States Championship. It's not
European.
European.
Not the hardcore. Not. It would have to be the WWE. There's a belt that had like a winged eagle on it. There's the spinner belt.
Okay.
So
he has won I gotta answer this one the way. He has won a championship, but it's not the one that you're referring to.
Oh, okay. So was this person ever part of WCW?
No.
So he's won a champion. See, this stuff gets me thrown off. All right. Did this person wear pants?
No.
So he wore the minder wear. I gotta keep narrowing this down. Did this person have hair?
Yes.
Long hair?
No.
Short hair?
Yes.
What's that? 7, 8?
7.
7. Person had long hair.
Mhm.
Wait, long. You said long. No, you said
they had
no.
short hair. They had short hair.
Short hair. Short hair.
Uh-huh.
Underwear.
Yeah.
Wrestled in the WWE.
Uh-huh.
In what I assume is the Attitude Era against the Rock and Stone Cold or that general area. and was a champion, but you're not assuming he was the world champion.
No.
That throws me off a little bit. What can I use? Let me look at some of my questions here.
Because you told me the world champion.
Was this person ever in a tag team?
No.
Was this person ever in a faction? Like a group of guys? Oh, this is gonna get outside of my wheelhouse.
All right, I think
here.
we're at 11.
Okay. 7, 8, 9. I think
Okay,
we're like
I'll give you
10.
9. Okay,
Let's
I'll
go
give you 10. We'll do 10.
You need to start. You get a little counter.
I do.
We probably could get one for the screen where it would show.
Okay, where I could press a button.
Yeah. Okay. Was this person a face?
No.
So this person was a bad guy.
Yeah.
You didn't have to answer that. I didn't. That was not a question. That was a self-reflection.
Okay. I'll give you that one for free.
So we're at 11.
We're at 11 now.
Bad. Okay. So heel character.
I'm all excited here. Ding, 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 ding.
Was this person 6'3" or taller?
Let me look up his exact height.
Okay.
Let's see. You said 6'3" or higher, right?
Yes.
So he'd have to be 6'3" or higher.
6'3" or taller.
No, he was not 6'3".
So he was
or
like
taller.
6'1" or 6'2".
I don't know.
Shit. I am not in good standings here.
No, we're at like 12 now.
I know. I have 8 questions, and I don't see a path that gets me any closer
This
to
was
this
a
than I
good
already
one,
am.
Jason. This
sounds
was a
like
good
it
one.
is. Not being part of a tag team or a faction. WWE champion. Normal hair.
He held the championship belt.
But where could he have held it? I feel like this is reusing the question. So did he hold a championship while in the WWE?
Yes.
What belt is that then? Because you clarify that it wasn't European, wasn't Intercontinental, wasn't United States.
You never asked me a specific belt. You never asked me if it was the United States Championship belt.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. You said the championship belt, and you named off belts.
We're gonna run that back because that's a secondary title.
We will.
So he's a U.S. champion.
He was United States Championship.
That's a secondary belt.
It's still a major belt.
No, it's not.
It's
We're
a
not-
belt.
It's not. It's a belt. It's not a major belt.
It's a belt.
Damian-
Any belt is a major belt.
Damian Priest ain't a major champion right now.
Oh yeah, he is.
All right. So he's a United States champion. Stole that information. What am I at? 14?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he's a United States champion. Who are some of the best United States champions?
Do we need to go over some of these questions again?
No, I'm
Short hair, wears man panties, a boy. He was in the WWE. He was in during the time of
and you didn't know who this person
The Rock and
was.
Stone
is what's
Cold. No, I
interesting.
did not know who this person was, but
Has this person appeared on TV lately?
no.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I am sure about that.
I thought it was Jeff Jarrett.
No. It's not. I don't even know who Jeff Jarrett
Well,
is.
you didn't know who this person was.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Why? It's like Al Snow's popping into my head. Hardcore Holly. Don't say yes because I'm just throwing names out to think.
Okay.
You got like the
What are
New
we
Age
at, like
Outlaws.
16 questions?
Yeah, probably 16. Now, fuck it. At this point, we need a counter. X-Pac has long hair. I am stumped. And I don't want to run this just forever. I'm going to have to just throw out some questions here.
Okay.
I don't even know
You
what
never
would
asked
help
me
me.
what color hair he had.
What color hair does he have?
You got to ask me a specific question about the hair.
Does he have blonde hair?
Yes, he does.
I did ask what color hair does he have because I'm kind of pissed off right now that I have no
right.
clue. Blonde hair.
Yes, he has short blonde hair is what we've decided. He wears man panties. He fought during the time that
He was a United
those
States.
other guys would be in there. He was United States champion.
I have no clue. Let's bring it home here.
All right, you want me to just tell you the answer?
No, because I have 3 questions.
Let me tell you the answer?
I feel like I could throw a Hail Mary out here. You say you were...
I wouldn't know who he was. He was a hill.
Well, he was white?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 more questions. I guess blonde hair doesn't necessarily...
Yeah, that doesn't mean that he's white. I have blonde hair and I'm not white.
I'm so stumped right now.
You want me to give you the answer?
No,
Are
I
you
don't.
giving up? You forfeiting?
I don't. One last Hail
Did we
Mary
get
here.
you?
Yeah, I think y'all did. I'm gonna be pissed about this too.
Jason Watka?
All right, fuck it. Give me the answer. What is
All
it?
right. Your
I'm
answer
submitted
for
defeat
20 questions where you have been beat is dun 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 Mr. Kennedy.
I'd have never got there. And that was a very good one.
Right?
I
Do you
don't-
know? Do you even know who Mr.
No,
Kennedy
100%
is?
know who Mr. Kennedy is. He used to have the microphone that came down and stuff like that.
I like watched
I'm
bios
just-
on him and stuff.
What
like,
I'm trying to do is I'm trying to think of a line of questioning that could have got me there, and I can't. Shout out to, what's his name, Jason?
Jason Watka.
That's the
I
kind-
think I'm saying it right.
That's the kind of like we need. I got my mind working
Yeah.
now, but I'm gonna go back and study up because I see this just got real. We're not playing in the
dealing
baby
with
pool
the
anymore.
big boys
We're
now.
not playing in the baby swimming pool anymore. Like we just jumped straight into the deep end on that
Yeah,
shit.
one of the ones that he said to me was Bray Wyatt, and I was almost going to do it, but I was like, no, you're going to guess that like in 2 seconds because you know that I know who he is.
Yeah.
So
Mr. Kennedy was really good. That was exceptionally good because I can't, am I right? I'm going to have to go, like now I'm going back to the lab and reworking my questions because I got to figure out how do I get there? Because I know Mr. Kennedy. I know who that is. So it's in my database.
yeah,
But I couldn't get the truck to steer that direction. He's never been a world champion?
he was. That was the only time that he's ever held a
was the United
championship.
States
That was the
champion.
United
That's
States
interesting.
Championship. Now I watched a whole documentary on him. Apparently, right before he was supposed to win a championship, he got hurt. And he like pulled
interesting.
something and they
Interesting.
misdiagnosed it. And he found out like 2 days after they took the belt away from him and he gave it to Edge that
Interesting. That's all
they
interesting.
misdiagnosed it. So,
I believe he
and then eventually he
was a
fired
trainer, right?
Because
and then he worked with the women, I believe,
I
the
didn't see
women's
all that.
division.
I didn't get that part. The only part that I got as far as to when he got fired because RK Bro, Randy Orton. Randy Orton and John Cena said that he was too rough.
Interesting. Pussies.
Yeah.
All right, that's another episode of the Notorious NerdyD Casual Wrestling Podcast. Make sure to enter that contest so
Yeah,
you can
for
get
sure. How do they enter that contest?
you go to iamnerdyd.com/contest. There's a form you fill out there. You do have to put your email in, but that's only if I have questions about something you wrote. I'm not making some secret fucking database where I'm going to send you a bunch of weird shit. If I decide to do that, I will let everybody know. But at this time, we are a 2-man operation and we do not have the resources to be
time for
sending
emails.
Yeah, to be sending emails and shit out. So yeah, another episode out the bay. I'm Nerdy D. That's Level Up Lauren, and
There's your bell.
Ring the
Ding,
bell.
ding, 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 ding.
Big it up, big it up.
Clear in my voice.
Yeah.
Here we go.